Selling on YouTube can seem very foreign to a lot of people, and that's because most people come onto YouTube to learn something new, to be entertained, or to check in on their favorite influencers. But as a business owner, your goal is most likely to generate leads and sign clients. You want to make more money in your business. So, how can you use a platform like YouTube to sell your offers? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about in today's live video. So stay tuned. So, what do you do? If you're watching this live, let me know in the comments. What do you do? Put it in the comments below. And who do you serve? Who do you work with? Let me know in the comments. And if you are watching this in replay, also let me know. Say hashtag replay and what it is that you do, who you serve, maybe what's the name of your business as well. I'd love to know. So, how can you sell on YouTube? Well, I want to say this, right? If you are planning on selling on YouTube before you even start considering how to do it, the first thing you really need to work on is making sure that your titles and your thumbnails are good enough to get clicks. So they need to be grabbing your audience attention. And how do you do that? Well, you need to make sure that you're using things such like curiosity or evoking some sort of emotion in your audience with your thumbnails and your titles. That is what's going to attract them and encourage them to click on your videos. Because, I mean, it's great to have, you know, a wonderful video where you're talking about your offers and you're selling your offers. But if your thumbnails and titles aren't getting people to click, you're not going to get any views. And if you don't have any views, then no one is going to know about what you're selling and no one's going to buy what you're selling on YouTube. So that's why I wanted to get that out of the way first to let you know that you need to improve your thumbnails and your titles. So many business owners are obsessed with Canva to the point where they've got these pretty Canva made thumbnails, but they're not effective. Now, I make my thumbnails on Canva, so this isn't me bashing Canva at all, but you need to really understand that this gets someone's attention. So, for example, with this thumbnail for this live stream, there are dollar bills on the thumbnail and the YouTube banner behind it, and the text says "You got paid." That gets people's attention. It's like, "You got paid. What's this about?" And then you go to look at the title, and it's like, "Oh, how to sell your offers on YouTube." And that so your thumbnails and your titles tells the story. It kind of gives you an idea of what this video is going to be about. And then to find out how to sell your offers on YouTube, you had to click on the video. So that is what I mean by making sure that you use curiosity or you're evoking emotions in your audience with your titles and your thumbnails. So if you do see me looking over this way, that's because my notes are right here. But so let's see. So how do you do it then? How do you sell your offers on YouTube? Well, the first thing is you need to make sure that you're creating videos that showcase your skills. What do I mean by this? Don't, like, I know it goes without saying, but don't waste so much time creating mindless vlogs that have nothing to do with the problem that you help your audience to overcome. Don't create videos. Oh, Scatman said, "I'm a military guy." Oh, that's great. So don't create videos that are just, oh yeah, day in my life without the purpose of selling your offer. If in that vlog you mention your offer and you're selling, then that's fine. But if it's just like a day in my life or a holiday vlog and this is meant to be your business YouTube channel, then I don't know how you can expect to sign clients through that video, especially when you're a beginner. Now, obviously, if you've built an audience and you've grown an audience, and yes, they are interested to know where you go on holidays, they're interested to know what your day in the life is like, then obviously those content can come into play and it can be really interesting to show people behind the scenes to your life and to your business and for them to get to know you more. But when we are starting new on a platform, on any new platform at all, it's always really important to specialize or to focus entirely on what your skills are on, So in my case, it's YouTube. When I started out on LinkedIn, and I did the same for Instagram as well, I talked about YouTube for about 3 months straight. I didn't post anything personal, and if I did, it was probably a couple of personal posts here and there. But I concentrated on YouTube for 3 months straight before I then started talking a little bit about myself and who I am. So it's really important that you start off by creating videos that showcase your skills. And how can you do this? Well, you can do this by tutorials. So showing how you do things. Like if you are a systems expert, show people how to use that system. Maybe you are a Dubsado specialist or a Honeybook specialist. Do tutorials on Honeybook and Dubsado. Do things like that. That would show people like um, how to use the software, but also shows that you know what you're talking about and you're skillful in this area. Another way you can do it is you can do what I'm doing right now, and that's by going live. Going live helps you build connection with your audience. I know it's not for everyone, so that's fine. But honestly, I do think that going live, if it's something that you are able to do and you've got the confidence to do, I highly recommend it because it builds connection with your audience and they're able to ask you questions in real time. Then another way is in your videos, you need to be talking about the transformation your clients have when they work with you. Okay, so when you are giving these tutorials or you're having these videos where you're talking about your offer, you need to talk about your client's transformation. Okay, and by the way, if you don't know who I am, I'm Jennifer Fanning and I am a YouTube trainer and channel manager. So I work with a lot of business owners who are interested to show up on YouTube without the confusion and the stress that comes with the platform. Because, in my opinion, not knowing how to do YouTube should never stop you from signing clients on the platform. So that is what I do. I've worked with clients who have tripled their subscriber numbers in a short period of time, clients who have gone from 0 to 2,000 views in a short period of time. So I know what I'm talking about when it comes to YouTube. I've spent the last 6 years of my life studying this platform, and I'm here to teach you how to do the same. But if you do want to learn more about what I do, you can check out my link to my profile, my Instagram and my LinkedIn will be linked in the description below. So you can go check out my profiles to learn more about what I do. Drop me a message to say hi. But anyways, let's move on. Um, another way that you can sell your offers is by creating videos around topics of your freebies and then promote this freebie in the video. So maybe assuming I have a template for viral YouTube titles, I could create a video talking about YouTube titles and the importance of titles and how they can lead to views. And then I would say somewhere in the video, usually around like a quarter of the way through, I've got a template that you can use, it's plug and play. If you want this template, it's going to be linked in the description below and you can download it. And what that's doing is you are not just coming on to promote a freebie, but you are giving them value and you're telling them the importance of this title or the importance of having really good titles for your videos. So this is then going to give them a reason to want to download your freebie. And we all know when people download our freebies, they get into our mailing list, and this is where we can nurture them and hopefully then convert them to clients. So that is a really good way of doing it. Create videos around topics that you have freebies on. And then the third way is ask them for questions, ask them questions, and then invite them to leave their answers in the comments. And then when the video is uploaded and and people are asking you questions in the comments, reply. Or sorry, that doesn't make any sense. So ask them questions and then invite them to leave their answers in the comments. So then you will then go back and reply to them. And what this is doing is you're building a community. And people like to get replies to their questions or their comments because it means that you're seeing them and you took time out of your day to reply. So this is a great way to build community. And from there, you might be able to find out what their pain points are, what they're currently struggling with. You'll be able to come up with video ideas, content ideas for your other platforms, and possibly be able to say, well, this is something I can help you with. Would you like to have a chat about this? I can send you a message on Instagram, or you can email me on here. And that is how you build that rapport. So do encourage people to leave comments in your videos, ask them a question, and go to the comment section and reply to them. And then the fourth way is invite them to sign up. And what I mean by that is I could just be talking to you about thumbnails, let's just say. And then you could say, and I could say something like, oh, I'm going to be running a masterclass all about thumbnails, yada, yada, yada. So if you are interested and you want more information about thumbnails and how to get them eye-catching, I'm going to have the description to the masterclass, the link to the masterclass in the description, and for you to click and sign up. So literally, when you tell people what you're doing and you invite them to come along, people who are interested will take that initiative and do it. But if you don't tell them and you don't invite them, they won't know and they wouldn't do it. So it I know it sounds simple, but it is literally as simple as saying, hey, you know, this is what I do and this is what I'm doing. I think it might benefit you. If you're interested, the link to sign up is in the description. And then the fifth one is, and I think this one's really good and something I haven't tried myself, but I would definitely consider it. But it's to invite your client to do an interview with you. And it doesn't have to be live, it could be pre recorded. But in this interview, then you're going to discuss a particular problem that your client had before they came to work with you and how you helped them. And now, usually, this problem is something that your ideal clients would also have. So, people who are watching your videos who are leads would most likely have similar problems. And you're going to discuss this problem, and then you will then share how you helped your client overcome this problem. And it's great to have the client there rather than you just saying it, having your client there in the interview, in the video, talking about it. It just confirms, it's confirmation that you do know what you're talking about and you have worked well with real people. So, and I know some people might be like, well, you could just hire someone or you could have just told a friend to pretend. But honestly, I genuinely think just having someone there who you've already worked with, a lot of people would believe you. Not many people would think, oh, this is fake, unless obviously the way the client talks about you and your offer, the way you are talking, it's very obvious that it's fake. But who knows? I just genuinely think that having someone there, it's kind of like a video testimonial, isn't it? But having them in the interview and you're talking to them, asking them questions about that particular problem that they had, and then and then for them to explain themselves, how were they able to overcome this problem? This will then show that yes, you have worked with real people and you have made transformation, you've transformed your lives. It's a confirmation of your skills, basically. And then the sixth way is selling by seeds. And this is one I always say, when you are selling online, it's really important to, or not even online, sorry, on YouTube, it's important to sell by dropping seeds. And this is how you do it. So I could just be talking to you now about selling your offers on YouTube. And then I could say, oh, by the way, I have this group program where I'm going to be teaching you how to sell your offers on YouTube. We're going to be going through blah, 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 blah. And I would list off the things, the transformation, and who it's for. And then say, if this is you, then take a look at the link in the description for more information and sign up. And I know it's very similar to the other one where I say inviting them to sign up, but in this way, with selling by seeds, you are given value. And then somewhere in the video, you just drop this. And it's kind of like a 30 seconds, 1 minute thing. You just happen to mention what you do. And then you say it's linked in the description box. And then you move on with the video. That's why I call it selling by dropping seeds, because you're not going into much detail about it. You're just, I guess, mentioning it in the video, but it's done strategically and it's done, you have to plan it out That's why it's really good to outline your videos. You need to plan it out beforehand to make it so that you actually do it at the right time and it seems natural, even though it's planned. Um, so these are the things that I would recommend you do if you're trying to sell your offers on YouTube. But there are some things that you shouldn't do when trying to sell your offers on YouTube. And the first one is, do not film your video with the sole purpose to sell. So what I mean by that is, don't just jump on YouTube and talk about your offer. Don't do that, because people don't expect that on this platform. A lot of social media platforms that doesn't really work for anymore. I know, like for Instagram and LinkedIn, yeah, you could do it. You could do it there, but I'm not even sure if TikTok is if viewers like seeing things like that on TikTok. I don't really think so. But when people come to YouTube to be entertained or to be educated or inspired, and you need to fill these cups, one of these cups first, or at least partly, before you drop a sale, before you tell them about your offer, before you tell them about how you can help them further. And when you start a video, or when you only film a video that just talks about you and your offer, it just looks wrong. So remember the law of reciprocity: you give to receive. So that's the first thing you don't do. You do not film a video with the sole purpose to sell. Number two, rather, is to start. Do not start a video talking about what you do, because this is boring, and most people either will skip ahead or move on to another video. So instead, give them something first. Introduce the topic of that video and go straight into it. Give them a little bit of value, a little bit of nugget, and then say, oh, by the way, in case you're new here, this is who I am. This is what I do. If you remember the beginning of this video, that's kind of how I did it. I went and I talked about thumbnails for a bit, and then I said, oh, by the way, if you don't know who I am, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is who I help. Okay, so and speaking of thumbnails, earlier in this video, we talked about thumbnails and titles, and I want to let you know I did do a video on my thumbnails and titles and how to use thumbnails specifically to attract your audience. So I go into more detail on how to get your thumbnails to work for you. So if you want to watch that video, I'm going to link it in the description box below and you can check it out. And until then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.